Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. Liam Hartree here, and I just want to share a real quick lesson with you that I think will help you in your daily life to become a happier, healthier, and more fulfilled person. As I always say, I'm not a perfect person, but I have been very grateful to learn some lessons from some very successful people and learn a few things in my own life too. And I'd like to pass those along to you in the hope that it helps you. Real quick one, excuse me, I've had a bad chest, just getting over it now. But yeah, quick lesson. People are so focused on making a life that looks good on the outside, they often forget to make a life that feels good on the inside. And I know this might sound obvious, but it's not as obvious as it seems. It's not a criticism and it's not aimed at anyone either. But it is still a principle of the modern world that we make so many decisions based upon what other people will think of us that we often forget to make decisions for ourselves. And one of the biggest things I've learned from working with a lot of successful people, and I don't mean just fame and money, but I mean success in terms of wealth, health, happiness, fulfillment, peace of mind, family life, community, friendship, the impact they have on other people, a lot of much deeper things, is those people are being their authentic self, whether people love it, whether people hate it, whatever. They are really being what they are. And in being what we are, that is what gives us the room to grow and develop and to become the best version of ourselves. But in order to do that, we have to strip away what we think we are, what we've been programmed to be, and what's been given to us in order to be what we really are. And excuse me, a lot of the beliefs that you have about yourself, about your life, and about various topics, any topic from work to love to relationships to fitness to success, they all mean different things to different people, which in a way is good because success to one person might be a happy family, success to another person might be making $1 million. Is there right, is there wrong? As long as you're not hurting people, no right, no wrong. But there is authentic and inauthentic, and a lot of people are living a life that is not true to themselves. It's not in touch with their heart, their soul, their beliefs, who they really are, because they've taken on board other people's beliefs. And this usually happens in two ways. One, when you're growing up, obviously what people tell you and how people treat you, good, bad, indifferent, or whatever, has an impact on you when you're an adult. If you grow up in a family where people use a lot of, say, shame or something, or you grow up in a family where people, children should be seen and not heard, they can't speak out, or you grew up in an abusive family, that's one thing. You grow up in a loving family or a family where people respect your opinions, people listen to you, that has a totally other impact. And a lot of times we think that, well, because it was our childhood, it's over and it was a long time ago, it doesn't matter. But these things do still have an impact on who we are up today and what we do. And oftentimes going back and understanding those beliefs, where did that belief come from? Why do I feel that way about that subject? It often goes back to something in childhood, because when you're a child, you're like a sponge, you're soaking everything up, good, bad, indifferent. When we get older, we need to look back and deconstruct, take apart some of those beliefs. And the other reason, of course, people don't always live an authentic life is cultural programming. So there's a lot of cultural programming that goes on, even on a very basic level, where you should get a 9 to 5 job, be secure, be safe, don't take risks, get married, have a couple of kids by a certain age, blah, blah, blah. Who says that? Where does that come from? Who says it's right? Is that really the way of doing things right now in 2023? Probably not. I mean, people are, we're all different. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about life. We're all different, we're all unique, and we are all irreplaceable. There's no other person like us. There's no other person like you. There is no other you, and it never will be. You have never been born before, with all the hundreds of millions of people who've been born and died since humanity started, and there'll never be another you until the end of the world, till the sun goes cold and stops shining. There might be people like you, there might be people with aspects of you that are similar, but there's never ever going to be another you. So therefore, you're valuable beyond measure and you're irreplaceable beyond measure. But in the modern world that we live in, a lot of people are programmed to believe a lot of things. And I was talking about this in one of my other recent broadcasts, but a lot of people are programmed in this day and age to believe that they are not good enough, they're not worthy enough, they're not attractive, intelligent, sexy, whatever, however it manifests, different things, when you walk into a shop and you see magazines and you see things being sold, and when you look on your phone and you see adverts on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all the rest of it, a lot of these things are, not all of them, but a lot of these things are selling the concept that you are not good enough, you are not intelligent enough, not attractive enough, not enough in some way or another. And, you know, it makes sense. I mean, if you were enough, why would you need to buy their product? Unless it's something that you're really going to use day in, day out. A lot of things, from the car you drive to the clothes you wear, are sold to you on the belief that if you wear those clothes, or if you drive that car, or if you make more money, or um, if you have more relationships, if you go out to the coolest clubs, if you have more sex, or whatever else you want to do, you'll be in some way better. And what a lot of people don't realize is that they are, and you are, actually enough just the way you are, without all of this crap being rammed down your throat. Now, obviously, we always want to improve, but when we want to improve, we want to improve in a way that's authentic to us. So, like I said before, success to one person could be having a happy family. Maybe you don't come from a happy family. Maybe when you were growing up, your parents divorced or something, or excuse me, maybe there was abuse there, maybe there were problems. And you grow up and you think, okay, I don't want to follow the same patterns that I had in my upbringing. I would like to have a loving, secure family. So when I have kids, they'll grow up and they won't experience what I experienced. Okay. Now that's an example of an authentic goal, because it means something specific to that person. And even though it's a trauma, they're using it in a positive way to, excuse me, I've had a bad chest, but they use it in a positive way to try and improve in some way. And, an authentic goal in career success would be, okay, I want to help other people because I feel that helping other people is one of the highest aims, or if not the highest aim, that we can aspire to during our life on earth. What we do for ourselves dies with us. What we do for others lives on, and that's a personal belief of mine. Okay. Personal belief of mine, that the purpose of life is not just to exist or to survive, but is to move ahead, to grow, to evolve, and even to conquer in a way, to constantly surpass what I once thought I was capable of, and do better, not to prove anything to anybody, but prove something to myself. And that's an authentic goal. And again, a lot of these things are still using traumas. Note, they're still using things that happen to you, but they're using them positively. But a lot of people get caught in the trap of doing things for other people, doing things for their parents, doing things for their community, doing things for their peers. And it's not an authentic goal, and it doesn't matter how much success you have. You can have all the success in the world at something that you hate, or something that's not really you, and not be happy. And you can have kind of average success at something you really love, and still be a very, very happy person. Because the process of life and our journey through it is actually to find certain principles that we're looking for: joy, peace of mind, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, respect, the love, these types of things. These are things that people want. And, these are things that it's perfectly capable to get, but you have to grow to be the person who is that person who is able to receive that. The reason that when people win the lottery, you catch up with them 5 years later, a lot of them have blown the money, is because they never grew to be enough of a person who felt worthy of that much money, who felt they deserved that much money, who knew how to handle that much money, who knows anything about investments, anything about the stock market, anything about any subject that's related to this. Not just knowledge, but they haven't grown to feel that they actually deserve it because it's just landed in their lap. Whereas somebody who really does become a millionaire is actually, they're not the same person as when they started the journey, as when they finished the journey. Somebody who becomes a world champion in sports, they're not the same person when they finish as they were when they started, and you shouldn't be either. But those people have grown in their authentic direction, not in the direction everyone else wants them to go in. And that's what makes people's lives special. That's what makes people's lives unique, is following your heart, even though that's seen as a cheesy concept, following your most authentic vision, stripped away of everyone else's expectations, everyone else's beliefs, and what everyone else expects of you. That's where you find the truth, and that's where you find the happiness. And most people are not doing it, even when they're um, very successful in what they're doing, they can still not be doing that. So it's very important to remember to strip away everything that does not belong to you. I would personally recommend getting a pen and paper, and it is better to do it on a pen and paper, but you can also do it with your phone and type out beliefs on certain subjects. If there's a certain subject in your life and it's not what you want it to be, if you're not successful as you want it to be in your career, you're not making enough money, you don't have the love that you want, or the relationship that you want, or whatever, write down your beliefs about that topic. So write down the word, write down the word success, right? Alongside it, write down, okay, it means to me whatever it means to you. It means to me respect, it means to me love, it means to me peace of mind, it means to me whatever. Don't filter it, don't question it, and don't second guess anything. Just write down the first thing that comes to mind, and then you can start deconstructing these beliefs, and you can start taking apart this and writing down some counter beliefs. You have a negative belief, start writing down the opposite, because nobody does anything for that thing. Nobody buys a new car just because they like the car. I mean, some people might, but a lot of people buy the car to impress people. Okay, they impress people. What does that mean? It means that they want more love, they want more attention, they want more respect, they want something. When we're growing up, usually what we aim for in adults is the thing that we never had. So when you meet a lot of people who have a lot of money, you meet millionaires, you meet people who are very wealthy and everything, people say, oh, they can be arrogant, they can be this, they can be that. No, they're whatever they were, they are whatever they were before, amplified. So if you think about it like that, they are, if they never had respect from their parents or in their upbringing, or people talked over them or didn't listen to them or ignored them or whatever, that type of thing would then cause that person to seek validation in that way. That's the aspect of love that they are missing. If someone was growing up and they felt inferior, or they felt bullied, or they felt less than, when they get older and they earn a lot of money or something, they might then go out and be very attention seeking. They might be around a lot of women, they might be splashing a lot of cash around, whatever. There might be entirely different reasons why they do that. I'm talking about the principle, not the specific. And again, we have to heal some of these traumas from our past so that we don't bleed on the people who never cut us in the first place, so that our trauma doesn't wash over onto people. Because a lot of what you believe about yourself, it comes from your parents or your kid. When you were growing up, your primary caregivers. A lot of the things come from their insecurities. A lot of the things come from the things they didn't like about themselves, the things that they didn't feel good enough about, they weren't in the process of healing. And because they didn't heal it, it bled over onto you, and really it has nothing to do with you. So these are a few things that you can sort of understand. And knowledge is power, but knowledge is only power when it's applied. So hopefully there's a few practical applications here about how you can get what you really, really want out of life. Because remember, what you really want out of life is basically a feeling at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how much money you want to make. It doesn't matter how logical you are, but I want to earn this amount of money, and I want to drive this amount of car, and I want to live in this type of house. Well, no, you want to drive that type of car for comfort, for security, for respect, admiration. You want to live in that type of house to feel safe, to have peace and quiet, to get away from troubles, to impress your family, to show off, to do whatever you want to achieve. I mean, there's bound to be some fighters watching this. I mean, there's so many professional fighters who follow me. You win a fight. Well, do you win a fight for the sake of winning a fight? No, you win a fight to feel whatever it is that personally makes you feel that you're good enough, that you're worthy, that you've proved somebody wrong, that you're lovable, that you're tough, that you're, um, even if it's proving something to yourself, it's still the same, So it's not about winning, it's about the feeling that you get. And, you know, and yeah, okay, you're aiming for a goal, you're aiming for a goal, excuse me, to have more money for your family or to do something for other people, but it's still the feeling, it's still your feeling. You want to earn more money for your family. You want to feel like a better father, a better husband, a better provider, better protector. It's not about the money, it's about the feeling. And you have to get to the core of what feelings you authentically want, and then the means that it takes to get there. In other words, the work you have to put in to get there, because the results are secondary to the feeling. When I work with a lot of the successful athletes and everything, the most successful people, the people who've won multiple world titles, multiple world championships, been in multiple Olympic games, are the people who care about the results the least and enjoy the process of getting better day by day the most. So I hope that what I've shared here is some help to you. It's a bit deep, but I hope it's of some benefit. Now, for more topics like this, please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, or please follow me on social media as well at Liam Hartree. I do coach and teach on some of these topics as well. I'd be happy to help you further. So reach out to me, but in the meantime, stay tuned and there'll be more videos coming soon. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you.